In my video today, I'm going to show you how to measure the area of seeds. Though this is particularly for those that are interested in measuring this area of the seed. And this video was inspired by a comment made on my channel 3 days ago on how to measure seed area and not just the length and breadth, which the person commented on this video where I showed how to quantify diseased leaf area in imageJ. Before I go further, thank you to the 3,301 subscribers on my channel. YouTube alerted me about 10 days ago that the videos on my channel have been watched for 25,000 hours. Thank you guys. I'm glad that you find my video useful and that it motivates you to watch and learn on how to do some of the analysis. Back to the video. Before I start, it's important for me to place an emphasis that if you are planning to do any quantification with seeds or any material, it could be bricks. People have sent me bricks images in the past on how to count and measure them. It's important that you include a ruler. If you add a ruler to an image, it gives you the tool to work with in calibrating the area of the whole image, especially when you are working with camera. This particular image, I captured this using my phone. And as you can see, I made an attempt in using the flashlight so that there is no much shadow in the seed. And the reason I'm emphasizing on this is because when I went to search for images of seeds with ruler that I can use for the tutorial, I observed that there are images whereby you see a very big shadow. There are images that looks like this, capturing from the side. Do not do that. If you capture from the side, you're not really going to be getting good analysis. Do not cluster seeds together like this. If you do a clustering like this, it's going to be difficult for you to separate the seeds that are touching. And that is why I said I'm going to make emphasis on that. Whatever number of seeds you are measuring, please try to spread them out. If you have the time, try to ensure that they are not touching. That way you get a better analysis. The first thing I'm going to do with the ruler that is here is to first calibrate this image, and all I need to do is to zoom into the image, into the ruler area by clicking the upper arrow key on my keyboard, and then I can zoom into the ruler. Next, I'm going to select the line tool and then draw from one line to the next line so as to be able to get the size of the number of pixels that make that distance. And to do that, we need to go to process, analyze, and click on the one that says set scale. When you click on the one that says set scale, imageJ has calculated that between this point and this point on the ruler, there are 228 pixels. And because I know the ruler I used, it calibrated in centimeter, I'm going to say that that's 229 pixels made up of one unit, and the unit of my ruler it's in centimeter. Next, I'm going to click on OK, and now if I measure this ruler, by pressing M, it will let you know that the length is 1, which is what I just finished calibrating. So I'm going to then go to the analysis. I will just press the lower arrow key to ensure to bring back the image to its original size. Next, I'm going to do is to use the rectangular tool to cut out the image from the ruler, because I don't want to include the ruler in my analysis. And by using Shift Ctrl D, I'm able to then cut out that area of the image, because I've already calculated the number of pixels. Also, I've already calibrated this image. It's still going to be showing in its calibrated form. You can see that when I cut out that square, the original image size is 17 by 9 centimeter. When I cut out that area, you can see it's still showing me the size in centimeter, 10 by 9 centimeter. I'll duplicate this image further. If the Shift Ctrl D on your keyboard is not working, just click on image, select duplicate, and the image is going to duplicate. The next thing we are going to do now is to start analyzing this image, seeds. First, you want to go to process, go to binary, and convert the RGB image to a binary, and this would change the image to look like this. You can see that some of the seeds have bruises, these white patches on them. Don't let that disturb you much. What we can do is to go here, go to process again, binary, and tell imageJ to fill the holes where the white lines are showing. And you can see that imageJ did a good job in filling up the white patches on the seed area, apart from on this one. Next, we want to be able to know the size of the width in centimeter for this cell, because for these seeds, because we need that value in order to define a range when we want to do our analysis. First, I'm going to duplicate this binary image, and then I'm going to take my line tool and try to draw across the image like so, and I'll press the letter M on my key, which is to measure, and that automatically, where is the result, shows me that the width of this big seed here is about 0.6. I'm going to look for one of the small seeds. Let's say I chose this one. Also draw a line across it, press M. You can see we have a 0.4, and let's check this bigger one here, and that also is in 0.6. The next thing I want to do is to measure the height, which also is going to be showing me in length anyway. So I'll just draw from there. You can see I have a 1. I'm going to pick the seeds that I think are long. We have a 1.1, and here. So we have the seeds are in the range of 0.4 and 1.1 or so. Yes. So with these values that are here, what we can do, I'm going to close this image because I'm done with it. And then I'll duplicate the first one that I duplicated earlier. So next thing we want to do is to analyze this, to set our measurements. In order to set our measurements, because I've already worked with this image earlier, I've said that I want the analysis to show me data for area, the standard deviation, perimeter, and the length. So what you have to do is to go to Analyze, click on the section that says Set Measurements. When you do that, imageJ will give you these different parameters that you can work on. So just select that you want area, you want the perimeter, you want the standard deviation. If you want to be measuring the intensity as well, then you can click on the mean gray value. So you then say OK. Next is for you to go to the Analyze and select the one that says Analyze Particle. Here is where we want to determine that limit our analysis by size. Remember, the smallest we have is around 0.4, so I will type there 0.4. And because we already know this, the length of the average length should be around 1.1. What I would do is I will just tell, okay, maybe around 1.3, just to make sure that I have enough gap. I will tell it to exclude samples that has hole, because it might want to try and analyze those areas differently. And then I will tick the one that says display result. I will click on the overlay so that when it measures the seed, it will assign a number to it. And then what I will do is to click OK. But before I do that, I will try and delete the analysis that we have here. So we had a 0.4 up to a 1.3. Say OK. And what imageJ has done is to count the seeds that are on this image. You can see that's counted 32 seeds. There is room for error with this analysis, because here you can see these 2 seeds are touching and it has measured them as 1. It's one of the reasons I said you should try as much as possible to not allow the seeds to touch. It has excluded these 2 seeds from the analysis entirely. Also, it has counted these 2 together as 1 and that also as 1. Also, it excluded this. But what I want to show you is that here, each of the, like this first one, it has given you the area. That the area is a 0.4. It shows you up to the 32nd seed that it has measured here. That is 0.4 in area. Another way to ensure that you include more seeds in your analysis is when you were at this step. I'm going to delete this data. In order to make sure that you include more seeds in your analysis, what you can do is to not define. You should just set the smallest area by doing analyze particle. Here, because I said 0.4, it could be that our smallest seed is 0.2 inside, and here leave it open. Leave the ending open as infinity so that it will work it out by itself, and say okay. And you can see that the seed that is omitted earlier, it's now included in the analysis. All seeds are included. The only thing that the first image that we counted earlier was 32. Because we opened up the infinity, the image, the limit of the size as infinity, it has been able to count 36 seeds. And also we should have the data. Let me put this together. Yes, this is the result I was searching for. You can see now that's giving you the area of the seeds. So with this data now, you can calculate the average size of your seeds, or you can plot it as an histogram to show the size distribution of your seeds. If you find this video useful, please do not forget to click on the subscribe button. And also, if you have a comment or an analysis you want me to do, please write it in the video comment and I'm going to be getting back to you. Thank you for watching and goodbye.